speaking of fullbacks, Trent Alexander-Arnold was already equalled his own record for assists last season with 12. He now says he wants to go past that. So what does that tell us, Andy? I should qualify that, though, first of all, because in the same interview, Trent also said, of course, victories and clean sheets come before that, but this is very much my ambition now to go on.
Yeah.
Does that tell us something? How much... We've heard it's a bit of a hoary old expression, how the fullback has evolved and it's changed, etc. But when I read that today, I really did think that is a very different outlook. You used to like to get forward, get your crosses in, but you didn't look at it as assiduously as that, did you?
No, and again, it is maybe, again, the way that teams play, again, the holding midfielder does free up fullbacks to become the width. We don't really see genuine wide players anymore. They tend to come in field. So fullbacks can really influence games, but not to the level that Alexander-Arnold is doing. He has taken it to a whole new level. His average position will be over the halfway line, his delivery, but he's starting to develop that delivery as well. It's not all... He puts such quality in from open play, not just from set plays. I used to take a lot of set plays, free kicks, corners. His is from open play, right on the money virtually every time. But also then he's starting to think, well, opposition will start expecting me to put that ball in, so they'll start to defend differently. And he's starting to adapt his game, playing to feet a little bit more. So that's the development that Klopp will bring to his game as well. So I just think he's going to get better and better. Talking about playing in midfield, he's playing in midfield now. He's a fullback on the team sheet, but he's actually playing in midfield because modern fullbacks do step into midfield and play alongside the holding midfielder. The centre-halves do the defending. Astonishing stats, but they're going to get better.
Fantastic player. I mean, maybe three years ago, I think he made his debut 3-4 years ago. We looked at him and we knew he had pace. He was a bit slimmer. I think the one question about Trent was, could he defend? And I'd seen games and there was questions about if Liverpool want to progress, will they look at buying in another right back? And I think that's why Gomez was kind of filtered in there. And I think Trent looked at it. I think he's done a lot of work off the field as well, where I think he's looked at himself. He's gone away, and I don't know what's happened. He's just transformed into this beast, I think. I mean, someone's asked me who could you kind of compare him to, back in the day, and Dani Alves. I mean, he kind of put that fullback where you can play fullback and a winger into one role, where it was like when he played at Barcelona, it was like, well, don't worry about the right hand side. Daniel Alves has got that, and this is what Trent's bringing to Liverpool. He's got, well, like you said, Mo Salah can come in and just play into that awkward position. Between a fullback and a centre half, where, well, who are we picking up? Because if I come in here, who's got Trent? And when you talk about delivery and crosses, I know we talk about De Bruyne and his ability to pass forward, and De Bruyne should have that little bit more, right? But the way he's going, Trent's going, wow. I mean, his two assists against West Ham were phenomenal. His first cross, where everyone just thought he was going to take a touch, the ability to whip that round. You
talked about his defending there. Playing for England, that has been talked about because, again, you can't probably play the game with England that you play with Liverpool and go into a World Cup maybe as well, the Euros, you're going to be under more pressure defensively. Is that maybe is he still Gareth Southgate's first choice for Rabat, or does that defensive concern come into play a little bit? Is he going to play a more natural defender in that position than Alexander-Arnold because of what the opposition in an international game might
depending
bring?
On what you want from your right back. I mean, if you're on the team sheet as a right back, your first job is a defender. Then your ability to go out and help in the attacking half, that's a bonus. So your first job is to defend first and foremost.
I'm not sure a lot of fullbacks know that these days. I think a lot of them don't want to block crosses and actually defend properly. A lot of them just think about going forward. Well, is that coaching? I don't know. Is that
well, again, we talk about that midfield, and when you look at Liverpool play, like when Fabinho's there or even Henderson was playing there, you see virtually they're as a three, and they kind of cover across, so that allows him to go. So I think it's the formation, but if you bring a coach that wants to play a 4-4-2 and you're a right back, well, you've got to defend first.
Yes. And I think just the way the international game is, I think the demands on him are slightly different internationally than they are domestically.
I mean, when you talk about him whipping balls in, crosses, etc., that's not standard fare for fullbacks, but that is traditionally your role, and he just does it particularly well. But it's his range of passing as well. He's hitting 40, 50-yard cross-field balls with swerve on it.
But what we're starting to see now, he can do that, but the opposition might say, well, we think he's going to do that, so they'll stretch their defensive game. He'll then play it into someone's feet short. And once he does that, you have no hope of defending against him because he's got the intelligence and he's been coached to actually say, because you're brilliant at that and you 9 times out of 10 get it right, don't do that every time. Still as time goes by, you get more experience. What is the right pass to make? It might be into Mo Salah's feet rather than switching the play to Andy Robertson.
And I think when he was younger, he wasn't getting the right pass. But now I think he's picking the right pass a lot more. And I go back to when he played the FIFA World Club game in the final, where he broke down the line, where he set up the goal for Firmino. And I was watching the game and I went, oh, you got to clip that back stick. And the way he looked at the back stick and he fed that ball into Firmino, even I went, wow. The ability to see
That's considered, isn't it? That's thinking, what does the striker need? Not
yeah,
what do I want to do,
but
what am I good at.
He's got that ability to actually see that. So he's a phenomenal player.
So we're fairly confident he'll break his own assist record. He's equalled already.
Yeah, undoubtedly if he carries on. And also the team that he's playing in, with the strikers he's got to hit as well, he's going to keep assist after assist. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.